Hey everyone, it's Megan. Welcome to my March, April, May book haul. Over the course of the last couple of months, I have accumulated 10 books, which is rather low for me, but I have basically stopped buying books. I need to save money. For the books that I've acquired, I am really excited about them, and I am excited to share them with you. I'll start with the discount books first that I found for super cheap, and the first one is Kazum no Maya, Prisoner of Heaven by Catherine Lasky. This is a royal diary, and it takes place in Japan in, I believe, 1958. And I believe I must have read this maybe 3-4 years ago now, because I remember that summer I made it a point to try to read all of the Royal Diary series, and I've also sort of made it a low priority to just sort of collect them when I see them for really cheap, like $1 to $2 over time, so that eventually I'll have the whole collection. But yeah, this was just one further step in that. I also got The White Album by Joan Didion. Joan Didion is a writer who is still alive. She primarily wrote in the 60s and 70s, and she's just a very deep, emotional writer. She also does magical realism, I believe, and I just sort of really heard about her in as part of the series that You Must Remember This, the podcast that I listen to that's all about old Hollywood. They did a series on Charles Manson, and she was in one of the last episodes, like the second to last or last episode, where it talks about her involvement in the case and everything. And I became intrigued by her, and there's a long article that I'm reading in Vanity Fair about her right now. So when I saw this for super cheap, and it looked so retro vintage, I decided to pick it up. It was really cheap too. I also got, and this is probably my most impressive of the bunch, is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. This book is not new. It came out last year, but the fact that I found it in hardcover for like $8 at a used bookstore in perfect condition, I would say is pretty impressive. The second book is out, but I doubt that I'll buy that, if only maybe if I see it for the same price somewhere else and get lucky. But I just couldn't pass this up. I'm a little fuzzy on remembering the details right now, but I believe there are like 3 or 4 different kind of time dimensions of London. Okay, so there's Grey London, dirty and boring, Red London, where life and magic are revered, and once upon a time there was Black London, but no one speaks of that now. From what I've heard from other booktubers, this is really good, and it's a very beautiful book too. I love the style of the cover, so I'll be excited to read this. This is adult fantasy, by the way, in case you couldn't tell from my garbled synopsis, if you can even call it that, which I doubt. And the last book that I found for cheap is Eating on the Wild Side, The Missing Link to Optimum Health by Joe Robinson. This is one of the last books that I really wanted to get for years relating to healthy foods. I have quite a collection, which I might do sometime if I find that people would like me to do so. Comment down below and let me know if you're interested in my health books collection, because I've amassed quite a few, and this one is about, I believe, foraging and eating wild foods and how they relate to health and disease and stuff. There's ones on like avocados and kale, superfoods, talking about that. So the fact that I found this is really impressive, because I picked it up and put it back at Chapters so many times when it was a paperback for $20, and I found the hardcover, which was $30 once upon a time for like $3 or $4, so that was quite a bargain. So now on to the full price books. Again, I got these over the course of 2-3 months. I think Matt got me a couple, and the first 2 that I'll mention here are ones that I got when I finished school and just was really proud of myself for getting through that and sort of wanted to treat myself. And so the first book I got was Murder, She Wrote, Domestic Malice by Jessica Fletcher and Donald Bain. And it's based on the TV series that I love so much. It's got that 80s gloriousness. I love the covers, and I love that she's always like Photoshopped there, Miss Angela Lansbury. I love the TV series so much. It's one of my favorite series. I used to watch it all the time when I did my year at NASCAD. While I was doing my art projects, I would just watch Murder, She Wrote. It was fantastic. But I've been waiting like I want to wait a couple years before I rewatch the series again so that I forget who the murderer is and don't get automatically spoiled for each episode. So I thought I would give the books a try. I don't expect it to be that good or engaging, but I'm hoping that it is because I don't know. I kind of want to be that person who, when she travels on trips, gets these little mass paperbacks, because I never buy these. I just find they're really inconvenient or whatever. But I understand the appeal when you are going about traveling and you want yourself a little compact book. So I kind of want to be that person that carries around 80s cheesy mystery novels when she travels on trips. And the other book I got that day is Watership Down by Richard Adams. I have wanted this book for such a long time, and particularly in this 40th anniversary edition. It is stunning to me, let me say. I love that it looks just like somebody took watercolor or pencil crayons and just did up this cover. It's fantabulous. If you don't know what this is about, it was made into a children's movie in the 80s, which wasn't very children's-like at all. But it's about these characters, like, called Hazel, Fiver, Warren, and they must take their clan of bunnies and flee to somewhere safer where they can have their young. That was a terrible synopsis, but basically they are dreaming of a better life, and it shows just how fraught their lives are with danger. It's basically like 1,000 Ways to Die if you're a bunny. So not very happy story, but it is a classic, and I have wanted to read it for a long time, so now that I have it in the edition that I want, I'm really looking forward to reading it. For my next three, I have some feminist gender-related reads, and the first one is Delusions of Gender, How Our Mind, Society, and Neurosexism Create Difference by Cordelia Fine. I saw this on Jen Campbell's channel, and I became intrigued by it and what it was about, and it's just basically breaking down gender roles, gender norms, how they came to be, and what they really mean for us as a society, how they affect things, and do they really exist? Should they exist? That's what this is about, and I'm really excited to read this and gain a new perspective on things and sort of develop my opinion on this matter further. I also got Full Frontal Feminism, A Young Woman's Guide to Why Feminism Matters by Jessica Valenti. I am around halfway through this now, and as you can see, I'm enjoying it, and I have a lot that I want to save about it, as you can see by the millions of tabs. I get really passionate about this book because I agree with so much of what she says, and so I'll just like stop Matt and be like, listen to this, and then I read it to him and he gets mad too, and then we're mad together, and it's great. But yeah, this just covers different chapters of feminism and stuff and issues that are still going on today. And yeah, it's a subject I'm really passionate about, so I really love this book so far. And this last gender-related book just came in the mail the other day, and I'm so excited because it was one of my most anticipated releases of this year, and it is Girl Up by Laura Bates. This is the author of Everyday Sexism, another book that I really enjoyed. So yeah, this is her newest one. It just came out a couple weeks ago. I didn't expect it to be so neon orange. I thought it was just going to be more of a softer orange, but when I took it out, I was like, whoa, this is bright. I never had a neon book before, I don't think. But I'll read you the back for what it's about. They said you need to be thin and beautiful. They told you to wear longer skirts, avoid going out late at night, and move in groups. Wear shoes when you can run in more easily than heels. Dress to flatter your apple pear hourglass figure, but don't look like a slut. They said if you're strong or opinionated, you'll be shrill, bossy, a ball breaker. They said that's not for girls. Take it as a compliment, don't rock the boat. They told you beauty is on the inside, but you knew they didn't really mean it. Well, screw that, I'm here to tell you something else. So, like with Man Up, which is another thing I sort of have a problem with, Girl Up, there's like a lot to do with that too. So, I love this book. It's beautiful. I can't wait to read it. And the final book that I have to show you is probably my most anticipated release of 2016 in the spring-summer division, and it is Something New, Tales from a Makeshift Bride by Lucy Knisley. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I did post for Girl Up and this one because I was just so excited about both of them. And okay, Lucy Knisley is the writer of Relish, My Life in the Kitchen, and 3 other wonderful graphic memoirs. And so this one, which is her biggest yet, I'm just so excited about it, is about her becoming engaged and her wedding. And part of it, like, I love weddings and I love the idea of planning just anything. So when it's gonna come to planning my own wedding, that'll be such a thrill. But yeah, I'm gonna really enjoy watching her plan her wedding. And she also, I believe, goes into the history, sort of the feminist relations of history of weddings and brides and things like that. So I really look forward to that too. I'm just so excited to finally have this. This just came out like last week on the 3rd or the 4th. And I'm so glad to have it. So those are the 10 books that I've amassed in the last 2.5 months. So comment down below and let me know if you have any opinions about the books that I've selected, or let me know if you have read any of them as well. I'd love to hear your opinions on them. And that's it for this video today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great week, and I shall see you soon with another video. Bye everyone.